I'm Maria Drutska, and here are the main news highlights today. Russian dictator Vladimir Putin turned 72. He has held power in Russia for nearly a quarter of a century through legislative manipulations, despite the fact that the Russian constitution originally limited the presidency to 2 terms. Well, Russian soldiers who were fighting in Ukraine promised their leader Vladimir Putin on his birthday that they would follow any of his orders. This was reported by official Russian media and news agencies on the morning of October 7. We are ready to execute any of your orders and complete all of your tasks in your mission to achieve full victory over the Nazi regime. We will not let you down, quote the TASS agency from the statement by the soldiers of one anti-aircraft missile regiment. So what happened today to celebrate Putin's birthday? A rap artist from Nigeria recorded a congratulatory video for the Russian president. Russian paratroopers, veterans of the special military operation, so-called, made a parachute jump and showed the banner with a portrait of Russian Tsar in the air. Unfortunately, no one was injured. The president of Turkey congratulated Putin on his birthday during a phone call. In the sky over the Chinese cities, a drone installation was set up. Next to Putin's profile, there was an inscription that read, "Happy birthday, Mr. President." According to updated data from the General Staff, Russian personnel losses as of October 7th have reached approximately 661,000 individuals. So today, Russians celebrate the birthday of the person who has caused the most deaths among them since World War II. Meanwhile, Ukrainian defense forces also congratulated Putin. The candles on the Kremlin's leader's cake were smoke clouds in the sky over temporarily occupied Feodosia in Crimea, where a strike hit a fuel depot, which is still ablaze in Feodosia. There was 2 such terminals, with another one in Sevastopol. The Feodosia terminal is the largest in Crimea in terms of oil production turnover, which has been used to support the needs of the Russian occupation army. The General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine confirmed the strike and stated that efforts to undermine the military and economic potential of the Russian Federation continue. In response to this morning, just as I was heading to work and hearing all of this on the street, Russian war criminals attacked Ukraine with 3 Kinzhal missiles. 2 of them were shot down by air defense forces over Kiev. This was reported by the Ukrainian specialized publication Defense Express. 2 Kinzhal missiles were successfully intercepted over Kiev, demonstrating that they can be shot down even in the cruising phase. 1 missile hit the area of the Starokonstantinivsk airfield in the Khmelnytsk region, which was the preliminary target for the Russians. Journalists know that the Russians launch Kinzhal missiles in such a way that they fly over Kiev, so residents sometimes hear the sound wave from them, as well as the operation of air defense. This is why, if Russians launch a Kinzhal from the Tambov region to Starokonstantinivsk, it results in a straight trajectory through Kiev and its surroundings. Consequently, the air defense protecting the capital equipped with anti-missile system that can intercept Kinzhal. Russia has previously claimed that its Kinzhal supposedly has the capability to maneuver throughout its flight trajectory and therefore can bypass potential areas of missile defense. Despite these claims, the Russians stubbornly plot missile routes in the Kiev area. Well, before I continue, I want to thank all of you who send coffees on Buy Me a Coffee and become patrons. Please do so. If you want more videos on the channel, you can also help this channel by subscribing to it and like this video, as it will definitely help Ukrainian content to be seen by more people. I suggest you also subscribe to my X Twitter page, where I post regular updates about the situation in Ukraine, and to my Instagram, where I show the daily life in Ukraine. As they say, it's a small thing but pleasing. Cyber specialists from the GUR of the Ministry of Defense of Ukraine, together with activists from the VO team, congratulated Russian dictator Putin on his birthday by hacking the state automated system Justice. According to source in GUR, the attack paralyzed the operation of courts, departmental email accounts, and official websites. As a result of the cyber attack, personnel, user data, and internal documentation of the system were obtained. Currently, the Russians are reporting the impossibility of filing lawsuits and reviewing court hearing times, as the court websites have been disabled. Is the cult of the leader still ongoing in the swamps of Russia? Well, more accurately, the cult of the dictator. In kindergartens and schools, children have been forced to congratulate Putin on his 72nd birthday. In Russian kindergartens and schools, children in whole groups and classes have been made to congratulate the president of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin, on camera. In most of the videos, students, kids, stand in front of portrait of Putin and recite memorized phrases about Russia's significant achievements under his leadership. After that, they wish the president happiness and health. In one video, students wished for more money and less work. Among the wishes was also peaceful skies above. Additionally, some collective congratulations and with the phrase "victory will be ours," very propagandistic. Events related to Putin's birthday were also held in Russian schools. Students decided to congratulate the dictator on his birthday and thank him for their enslavement. A pathetic sight indeed. And here's another interesting piece of news. The President of Russia, Vladimir Putin, has demolished his favorite residence in Sochi because he has become afraid to fly to his Black Sea resort, according to an investigation by the publication Project. Journalists discovered that the main building of Putin's southern residence, Bacharov Ruchey, has been demolished. There is now a pit and construction equipment is working there. Putin could still hold meetings at the residence, which has another building, but he no longer visits it. Putin has not flown to Sochi and neighboring cities at all. He hasn't been there for 7 months. This is a record, at least for the last 10 years. This year, he also broke his long-standing tradition of celebrating the birthday of his Alina Kabayeva on the Black Sea coast. The main reason for these changes is fear for his own life. Putin reduced his visits to Sochi after Ukrainian drones attacked the city several times and damaged the airport's helipad, reports the Telegram channel Project. According to reports, security measures are also being taken by the pilots of presidential planes, who are now turning off their transponders much more frequently. Therefore, it has become more difficult to track Putin's flight routes. Well, I advise Putin to continue fearing for his life and to look around every time he hides in a bunker while sipping his sandwich with tea and wondering if everything is okay with that tea. And now for some entertaining news. In Saratov, Russia, a participant in the special military operation, the the invasion of Ukraine, stabbed his girlfriend in a mobile phone store. On October 5th, 35-year-old Iskaliev killed his 27-year-old girlfriend at the store where she worked. The murder was captured on the video camera. Published footage shows that this guy hugging the girl just a minute before the brutal attack. 3 years ago, in August 2021, Iskaliev similarly stabbed his 20-year-old wife in the car. He wanted a divorce, and as a result, he just stabbed her and was sentenced to a strict regime for 9 years and then released later and was sent to Ukraine, to the war. This guy is now being detained and a criminal case for murder has been opened. He will probably be imprisoned again, then pardoned and released back to so-called special military operation. What a circle of Russian murderers in Russia. Well, now on to Europe. Slovakia's Prime Minister Fico stated that Ukraine's NATO membership would serve as a basis for starting World War III. He added that as long as he is in power, Slovakia will never agree to Ukraine's NATO's membership. On the other hand, he is not opposed to Ukraine's joining the European Union, he said. He also spoke against allowing Ukraine to strike deep into Russia with Western weapons and suggested hitting Brussels with a missile. Some members of the European Parliament say we should allow strikes against Russia with medium and long-range missiles. Maybe we should launch one of those missiles at the fountain in Brussels so they understand what this is all about, he said. He conveniently left out that, as far as I remember, Brussels isn't launching missiles at Ukraine, unlike the Kremlin. What do you think about Fico, guys? What leverage does Putin have over him, and what are your predictions for the Crimea bridge? Are you still waiting for strikes against it and barbecue on the bridge? Well, that's it for today. I want to thank all of you for supporting Ukraine, watching Ukrainian content. Please like this video, and if you really liked it and you want more videos on the channel, you can support the channel's development on Patreon or buy me a coffee. See you soon, and Slava Ukraini!